What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again with another podcast. And people, Forest start their first Premier League game of the season with a massive W at home at the City Ground, 3-1 win at Brentford. We get everyone's opinion on today's game, and if you want to get involved, please do. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button. Day's already started.
Slow down, man. Slow down.
Hit the like button because Pat's here and Billy, the catch one corner's here. Right, let's start. You know what? We'll start with the man himself. I don't know who's better at these two.
No.
The man. No, I've got to. No. You said,
brothers, to me, to you, to me, to you.
Double trouble. We've got double trouble. That's all I'm going to say. The first we've got the man himself, Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Well, I think like every Forest fan, it should be right now. Really chuffed and buzzing, Ben.
That's good.
Absolutely buzzing, mate. Nearly said busy.
Busy. Next one, we've got the legend himself. The legend, Capital One Corner Billy. Got the man himself. If you watch College History, you know who he is. The man himself, Pat. How you doing, my friend Pat?
Very kind introduction. Thank you very much. I'm doing after today's victory, mate. As to echo David's words, I'm buzzing. Absolutely buzzing.
Like I said, people, get in chat. If you disagree that Pat says, just please get in the chat as well, man.
You can disagree with me as well if you want.
No, everyone agrees with you, Dave. It's just Pat's just.
Well, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those shows, isn't it, Ben? Every 2 minutes.
Live TV, everyone.
Needle.
Right, let's start. Like I said, a massive 3-1 win, and like I said, get the boys' opinion on the game. Before we do, let's get for the chat. Colin's here. How you doing, Colin? The legend, Cal. Evening, guys. Good.
Big Cal.
Cal as well. Hello to Steamed Mango. I can't pronounce it.
Steamed Mango.
Steamed Mango. Colin, great win. Justin, I'll see you in December, my friend.
Morning, lad.
As well, and Martin, even all great season to Epic. I can see winning the Carabao Cup. No, Martin, we're going to win the Europa, so it's much better than that. And another legend, Davey. Hi Ben, hi Dave, hi Pat. You Reds, right? Who's starting? Which one, Dave or Pat? Who we starting with? Go on, Dave.
Lord Asprey takes the stage.
3-1, Dave. What's your thoughts, man? It's good. A good win, first game of the season.
Extremely satisfying, Ben. And kind of fair way beyond my expectation, based on the expectation management, if you like, that Nuno has carried out this week, where his presser was actually fairly downbeat and hinted at worry and lack of preparation. His interview on Sky with David Craig yesterday backed that up. So I was kind of thinking, yeah, we might need to be patient. It might take a little bit of time for it to come together. But you know what? For a team purportedly undercooked to come out and play like that today, especially in that scintillating first half, I was kind of sat there. I'm always nervous. I want the best for them. I love them to pieces. I want them to do well. And I tend to be tense, and every goal that we scored is an easing of that tension. A goal for the opposition ratchets it up. But almost from the get-go, it's almost like they've had a plan to deceive us all in pre-season, to sort of say, we ain't showing you nothing until the serious stuff starts. And that what they've done as well, they've made all those people who got rather het up over pre-season, which is absolutely meaningless apart from getting fit and staying injury-free, made a lot of people look very silly. It was chalk and cheese to pre-season. When they haven't scored a goal in 6 of the 7 pre-season matches becomes a thing, I almost kind of think, yeah, they're going to score. Lovely goal after 5 minutes, and then off they went. And I thought for 45 minutes to an hour if you like, they were so superior to Brentford. There was a little bit of Brentford, as all Premier League teams are going to do. They're going to have a bit of the game. They came back into it. And then I think they'd be irritated. Selzy in particular, and the boys at the back would be irritated about, where's our clean sheet gone? But then, you kind of thought to yourself, Forest of old might have just sort of, caved into that pressure. But they managed the game so maturely towards the end. I thought it was an excellent performance. And to sum it up, then they apparently, according to Nuno, or the hints that Nuno's giving, they were undercooked. If that's what they can do when they're undercooked, heaven knows what they're going to do when they're properly prepared. And I said this to Pat at half time, so I went nipped down to see him. And I said, imagine what it's going to be like when you add Amari Hutchinson, James McAtee, and Arno Kalimawendo to that. It's going to be really exciting. And there may be more. Maybe
Dave. Keep going.
Keep going, Dave.
Without getting, being too graphic, it's as near to an erotic experience as I've had for quite a while. Actually, it was lovely. It was brilliant. City ground was buzzing. Fans were fantastic. Weather was great. Every man, woman, and little one really enjoyed it. It was fantastic. What a start to the season.
Do you echo what Dave says, Pat?
How can I follow that?
You can.
Really,
Literally, man.
Osprey is on flow.
Money.
The wordsmith. What are you about, Dave? Money.
Can you echo that, Pat?
Not quite as eloquently as Lord Asprey just has, but to even go back a little bit further than Nuno's interview, if you yourself was at some of the preseason games, and you're looking, and you're watching the team, and you're kind of going, "Ooh, are they that far off?" And then you go, "Nah, surely they just want to get minutes in legs." It's about getting the fitness levels up, avoiding injury. I think was quite important.
Yes.
And somebody said to me, quite a few people have asked me, "Where do you think Forest are going to finish?" And I said, "Ask me that question when the window's closed."
Yeah.
And you would have thought 2 weeks ago we would be looking at the people that have already come in and the potential people that are going to be coming in as well.
Yeah.
Because at one point you're looking at pre-season going, it's a little bit thin, but you just see so many things where people, it's people have got these Armageddon thoughts. Oh my God, we're going to get relegated. Nuno needs to go. We scored one game in, what was it, 4, 5?
5.
One goal in 7.
1 goal in 7, yeah.
We just got 3 in the first half. Where it mattered.
Yeah.
And I thought every single one of them today, that first half performance, I thought was terrific.
Yeah.
One of them today didn't miss a beat.
You know what, Pat? I was saying to Dave before we come on. For the first time since we got promoted, it's. Do you remember the Fulham game when we half time was winning 3-0?
Yeah.
This one's like, I think it was better than Fulham, even if we did beat Brighton for 7-0. But I thought today's first half was the best we've ever played since we got promoted. I don't know if you agree or disagree on that one, Pat.
Well, I do agree, because there was moments in the first half today in which you would have pockets and sequences of play where there was Olarena, Morgan Anderson, Ibrahim, and they would just have this rhythm.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. And the way they were just pinging the ball around, it was so well drilled. And to see it today, I thought there were some moments where I thought, this is just great to watch.
Yeah.
This is really, really, really good. And it was they knew where each person was going to be. And there was also a moment of play in which Forrest lost the ball. Olarena was going to go and press it, but it's almost like he second guessed himself, waited. Sangare had gone in. It's almost like he was expecting Sangare to get it anyway. Sangare went in, won the ball back, and then the whole sequence started again. And then he just distributing it. I thought it was great to watch.
Really, it was like I'm no dance master, but you see great choreography, and it looked to me like Forrest had choreographed everything so beautifully. I tell you what I did think, lads. Last year we had a really defined, clear identity of the way we're going to play. You lot have it. We'll soak you up. Because we've got this Serbian man mountain, and we've got this Brazilian box-shaped legend, and a bunch of other lads that a Belgian, they shall not pass. We'll soak it up and we'll hit you on the counter. I thought today there was none of that. Who had more of the ball? It's like Forrest have said, we did that last year. it kind of ran out of juice towards the end of the season. Opposition knew what was coming. To do the same thing over and over again is madness, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I think maybe because Nuno's got a more advanced idea of how he wants us to play, maybe that's where he's thinking, I want to get to that point. I want to get the orchestra to have that correct sound, right? And he's thinking, I'm still short of where I want us to be. And as an addition for that, I thought there was a clear evolution today in the way we played. The fact that we got on the ball today more than I think we did really at any point last season. And I thought especially the balance in midfield with Morg doing Morg things, and he was sublime all afternoon, Morgan, right? Elliot, who, let's be honest, is the best under-21 midfielder in Europe, about to be joined by two others who are like European champions. I mean, you've got three lads who know how each other play, all to fit in there. Amari, Jimmy McAtee, and him. Boy, they're going to be excited to watch.
And then Dave, it's mad.
Yeah, and then I tell you what, a lad who's been with us 2 years was like a new signing today. I thought that was Ibra's best performance for Nottingham Forest.
Right,
Dave, he picked up everything and he gave the ball to teammates and off we went. I thought Ibra was superb today, honestly.
You know, Dave, I was about to talk Sangare as well, because I know Pat loves Sangare. You keep talking about him consistently.
He's the truth.
I know it's the truth, but I'm saying to everyone, this is the season that he's got to prove, all Forest fans, that he's got to make that number 6 his role now. Like, we've got Yatesy, Dominguez is not back for the next 3 months. Today he proved it, especially in the first half. And now, do you think, Pat, today's game now can make him thinking, yeah, I'm here now, take my spot off me?
I think so. If he stays injury free, because he's had some bad luck.
Yeah.
He's had some really bad luck. Was it malaria? I can't remember. He
got hurt did he not get hurt? Did he get hurt at the end of pre-season last season or after a couple of games?
Was it against Bournemouth as well? The same game as Danilo?
No. Yeah, he got injured in the same game that Danny broke his ankle.
No. It was the third. It was the third game. It was the third game that then he got injured.
Because he had a great pre-season as well.
Yeah,
but I think if he stays injury free, I think he'll just go from strength to strength.
I'm just going to go through comments and Eve, she's watching all the way from Canada. Hello, Mr. Dore, Dave and Pat. Hope you're well. I'm watching from Canada. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. We're kicking off at 2 minutes now. I'll be at the game for Sunderland. Eve, make sure you have a great time in Canada. Another legend from America, Chris, even 18. What the hell is that? What he's saying? Rask's kickoff. What?
Rhapsodic. It means beautiful music, great choreography, and Forest were like a ballet this afternoon.
This is why I got Dave Asprey on, because he knows what these words mean. I ain't got a clue.
Because I never go out. I just sit in here, like looking at my phone and reading stuff. No life.
But yes, let's talk about Chris Wood, man. Everyone keeps saying at the start of the season he's gonna be rubbish. He's getting old. He won't do the same what he did last season. This and crap. He scored 2 goals. Talk to me, Pat. But Mr. Wood, man.
Well, Chris Wood does Chris Wood things, and he just keeps proving everybody wrong.
Yeah.
What a professional. One thing as well. I know this is kind of going off. Kind of doubters and him kind of proving everybody wrong and getting back to how good he was last season. I think it was Monaco at the Chesterfield game. And I remember Nuno did the change at half time. Complete new 11. Chris Wood stayed out at half time and signed. There was a queue. And he waited until it was. I think he'd done nearly 40 minutes of the second half. Just sat there signing autographs and taking pictures. And I just thought, man, what a professional! He's just played 45 minutes. He's probably gassed because you're trying to get back into fitness, and he's just sat there. You can't fault the guy. He's the consummate professional. Really,
yeah.
Sorry, Dave. He today it's just took off from when he was he was just banging him in for fun. I know we had a bit of a dip towards the end of the season, but he's just,
You know what?
he's just that good. Yes, he's a year older, and one would think he might slow a little bit. He might lose a little. You might lose a yard of pace, but he just knows where the onion bag is.
You know what the main question, lads, and I want people to chat as well. He's scoring 2 goals today. We've got Jesus. We're getting I can't pronounce the French striker's name. The under 21.
Kalimawendo.
This is why I got Dave on. This is why
Arno Kalimawendo.
See, that's all we need. We're getting him, and I think he's fantastic.
Looks it.
Tyro Runny, we don't know what's going to happen with him. But Chris Wood, surely he's going to be our main striker this season. Because
sorry, Ben, in the second goal where he goes 1-on-1, he takes it around the keeper, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he kind of overstepped the ball.
Yeah.
And I think for somebody who was, if that was, I'm not going to say if that was another striker, if that was somebody low on confidence, he would have fumbled it because he steps over the ball.
Yeah.
But he's waited for it to trickle through and then just buried it with his left foot. And you just think it's just, and you think first game of the season, it's just bad. It's just hit it. You would expect this kind of form 3, 4, 5, 6 games in, once everybody's kind of warmed up and thinking, okay, let's get back to full fitness. But that first half today, I'm so in awe and excited by just how well it was. It's almost, Dave was right earlier on. It's almost Nuno was just pulling everyone's, calling everyone's bluff.
Well, he had me going. I can't help.
Of course, you got Dave going as always.
I tell you what, Chris Wood, right?
He's so poised.
You know, I've heard pundits this week.
That second goal.
You know, and they're like, he can't possibly have it. He had the season of his life. He won't replicate it. Who says? He scored, like, he had the season of his life last year, but he only scored 1 goal on opening day last year. He scored 2 this time, so he's already ahead of the curve. And as Pat says quite rightly, he is the consummate professional footballer. Works hard, keeps his nose clean, does the right things. You look at somebody like Djokovic playing at the highest level in tennis at the age of 38, 39. Woody is a sort of doing the right things to be able to function in the most high-profile sporting league in the world at the level he does. You know, when people constantly write him off, I think they just look and go, well, he's not sexy, he's ungainly like some of these other strikers. He just gets the job done. And, you know, I think back to the opening game of last season, which was Bournemouth at home. Who put us in front then? Him. Yeah. The goal last year, he kind of followed up. Yates had a shot. Keeper dived. Kepa, I think it was, dived, saved it. He followed up. The goal he scored today, the first goal, was so clever because there was a ruck of players in there and he just thought, I can dink it over there into the corner. It's not a spectacular goal, but it's execution. Told you everything about him. The precision, the thoughtfulness, the leadership he provides. I mean, we're lucky. Morgan has the armband, but we've got Lenkovic, we've got Chris Wood, we've got Yatesy, we've got Selzy to a certain extent. We've got captains everywhere, and good teams often have a group of senior players who function as captains. And Woody for me as well, and it's a personal thing as well, because like I've said to you, Ben, like I've said to you, Pat, the old boy, old Raz, never lose faith in Chris Wood. And I've just got to keep with him. I think the guy's fantastic. And like as Pat's alluded to, we've got a cast of characters around him, because I thought Igor looked quite sharp when he came on. Jesus. You know, this Kalimawendo, judging by his highlight reel, looked pretty sharp. Taiwo's no back number, because Taiwo will come on and run his nuts off for you. If he stays fit, let's hope he does, because he's another one. Like Ibra, they've had these problems, which, you know, you wouldn't wish on
Dave,
anybody.
sorry to loosely interject. If you think that if Kalimawendo, did I say that right?
Yeah, you got it right.
So if they then bring him in, you've got Igor Jesus, you've got Chris Wood again, ole.
Yeah.
Where do you think that would leave Taiwo in the pecking order?
I think it would leave him 4th in the pecking order, Pat.
4th choice, yeah.
I think the way you look at it, it's, we've got a guy who scored 20 goals. Whether it was a freak season, whether it was a flash in the pan, as a lot of the so-called cognoscenti seem to want to label it, he's the number one striker because he's earned that by scoring 20 goals in the Premier League, something the Nottingham Forest centre forward hasn't done for a long, long time. Maybe not since Kev or Stan Collymore. It's a long time going back. So Woody's the number one. It's his to have it taken. If Chris drops off the level, and Jesus or Kelly Mwendo, we're saying this, we need to get him in the door first. I do think Taiwo is fourth on the list. But you know what? I'm sure the staff, Nuno and that, will say to Taiwo, while he's still in the building, you've got a part to play. Because, with great teams, often the strength of a team, I read this about the British Lions in Australia recently. Andy Farrell, the coach of the Lions, said the 15 who played the test matches were a great bunch, but the 15 or 20 who didn't play in those test matches and who backed the rest of the squad up were as much a part of it as the ones who went on the field. And I think the likes of Yatesy and Jota Silva and Morato and all these guys who are backing up from the bench, they need to be on board as well. So I'm sure Taiwo will do that. But I do see him struggling for game time. But I'm sure when he gets on, nobody will be trying harder than T to get in that side,
I was good for the comments, and there's quite a lot of comments coming in. Me and Dave met this guy, absolutely legend. This is the Australian fella, Dave, with his wife. I hope he had a great day. It's his first time at the City Ground as well. Des was like his mentor around the City Ground. So Stefan and his wife, I hope you had a great time at City Ground, and as well, Albertus was there as well. Did you see Albertus, Des? Me and Dave before the game.
Who, mate?
Canadian fella.
Do you know what, Ben? There were so many wonderful people to meet and greet before the game. It's like I didn't know where to look, mate. You know what I mean? It was fabulous.
I didn't meet him, but I'm meeting him on Tuesday before he goes back to Canada. So, Albertus, I hope you had a great time at the famous City Ground as well. I know he went around the City Ground, Trent Nav and all that, but to see Forest win 3-1, it's amazing. People, if you can, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Another player, debut, scored a goal, Danilo. Pat, talk to me. What do you think about his performance today? Because so much pressure on him with Anthony Langer gone. Do you think he's?
I think there's an incredible amount of pressure and expectation. I just think because he's surrounded by so much talent, I think that kind of it lessens that burden. I think a little.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I thought he had some really nice moments. I did think there were times when he was on the ball where I kind of thought he got a bit shoved off the ball a little too easily. You kind of think, I think maybe Murillo needs to get him boosting a few weights. But I think that might be just one of those things that takes a little bit of time, I think, to adjust to the physicality and the pace of the Premier League, I think. But other than that, I mean, I'm nitpicking, I'll be honest. But I thought he had an incredible good game. Great to see him get off the mark with his first goal. I think that's going to do his confidence the world of good. And I'm excited to see what he's got in the future.
What about you, Dave? Like I said, he's got so much pressure on his shoulders. With Emery Hutchinson coming in, James McAtee.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm so excited for what's coming.
It's like Nuno says he wants options and solutions. That's just kind of been his buzz phrase this week. I thought Danny looked decent in pre-season. Okay, pre-season, as far as it's now proved, is utterly irrelevant. We shouldn't get hung up on it.
Sorry, Dave. There was one pre-season game that he played. It might have been the first game that he played. He got off I think that morning or the day before.
Yeah, Birmingham. I think Pat was his first run out.
Yeah,
Birmingham in the Trevor Francis testimonial. What I would say about Danny and Dore is that he was the only new face today. When the lineup came out, I kind of thought to myself, yeah, okay, the gaffer's saying it's thin and he needs to bulk it up and he needs to add depth to it. But I kind of thought, yeah, that's one side of it, Nuno. But the other side of it is continuity from what was, by and large, unbelievably successful last season. So pressure comes on Danny and Dore as being the one new face. He's joining 10 of them who went so far way beyond where we thought they'd go, and way beyond where most, knowledgeable people about football thought they would go. So there's pressure on he's the new guy. He's got to come in and say, right, I'm here. And I thought he scored a goal, and that was a thing of that goal. You know, if you like, the goals that Woody scored were, you know, Fox in the box goals. Both of them neatly taken. Like you say, Pat, he did kind of take a step too far, but it seemed to throw Keller off that extra step. You know,
that's right.
But the Dore goal, I mean, the creation of it was utterly beautiful. I mean, it was like you know, this way and that, and he puts a cross in, you know, and that was not an easy header to do, to kind of stoop and then head it back across. So I think that was wonderful for him. I heard his interview post-match. He comes across as a really nice guy. I read somewhere, or I saw somewhere, where they were asked, one of them was asked, who's the most upbeat member of the squad? And his name came up. So, you know, maybe from the personality point of view, he's already fitted into the dressing room. And I think what's been good about our recruitment the last few years, since the blizzard of the first season, where Steve was like, there's 30, go and make them into a team. I think the recruitment has looked into the psychology and the personalities of these guys that they're bringing in. So they're looking at them thinking, you know, are they going to fit in the dressing room as people first? Because if you get the person, then you're likely to get the footballer down the line. And I thought he tired a bit towards the end, but then I think that's to be expected. I mean, it's a huge day in his life to play at the City Ground, a packed City Ground, you know, and you know, sometimes that burden can make, you know, people wilt. We've seen it before where people have come on at the City Ground, made debuts, and then in many cases we've never seen them again. This kid will be around for a bit. But I'm sure as well, Ben, the point you make about, you know, Amari coming in, Jimmy McAtee, and then if Arno Calamuendo comes in, I just love saying that name. If they come in, then Danny's going to have to be on it. You know, I think he's obviously different to Anthony because he's not Olympic sprinter pace like Anthony is, but I think he's just got a little bit more of a direct goal threat than Ant has. So you know, we'll see. Very promising for a first game, I think, with him.
I'm gonna go for this is David, Australian David. David, I know this guy loves Sangare as well because he's a Ryan Yates hater, and but listen, we all praise it. I know if you come late,
Hate's such a strong word, Ben.
He dislikes him. I don't know why people dislike the Yatesy fella, man. Like, David, we praised Sangare so much today. I think I said he's got to now. He played great today. But now it's the next game against Crystal Palace. I want him to do good because he wears that red shirt, and today he proved the point. But I think he gave a penalty away, didn't he today?
Yeah, but you know what? I've just watched it back, lads.
I've not seen it yet.
There was a cluster of players.
Yeah,
I think there's 2 Forest and 2 Brentford, and there's a cluster of players, and it's almost like they're forming a sort of a basket, and the ball drops in, and there's nowhere for him to put his arms without touching it. So he's kind of unlucky, really. He's competing for the ball, which is what we want Ibra to do.
Yes. And
it just it ends up coming off and like rolling off his arm. So it was a penalty, obviously. There's no doubt about it. Although I would say, what about the one in the first half when Malombo apparently touched his hand? Because most of the penalties these days are not, oh, I'm going to touch the ball and I touch the ball. It's like, oh, crikey, it's hit my hand. You know what I mean? So I think Ibra was a bit unlucky. But again, what I liked about what he did was he sat in front of Mu, Milenkovic, Ola, Nico, and he won the ball, and he thought, I'll give it to a creative player. Yeah. I'm here to do my job. And the chemistry and the balance, I thought, in midfield was right. I actually think, and Ibra, yeah, you're absolutely right, Ben. He's got to prove it. It's all right doing it one day against a team that's in transition and who were poor. That's the one proviso about today. Brentford were not great. It'll be much tougher at Palace next week. And there'll be some feeling and emotion in that game next week, whether we like it or not, right? So he's got to prove he can do it there. But as a first step, I was really impressed with him. And I feel for him. Me and Pat have talked about this loads of times. We feel for a person who, people like, calling him the Imperial Walker and all this kind of stuff. And the guy's had malaria 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. He'd be dead. You know what I mean? So let's give the guy a break.
He's beginning to look like that £35 million player that we signed. He's beginning to look like that. If that continues, then
Yeah.
I don't hate Yates. I hate Dave's beanie.
Yeah, but if I take it off,
What
get
does
all
it say
the
on
kids.
it, Dave? Dave, what does it say on it?
The benefits.
It's a punk band from Middlesbrough who do lots of swearing.
Yeah. Before we
worth a million, lots of Oasis.
Before we do the next topic, I want to say shout out to Lisa. Please don't give her no hate. She's a Derby fan. Shout out to Lisa. I love Lisa to bits. Hi Ben, just a quick visit to see how good Forest are today. Really enjoyed watching the game. Great team going forward. Got slated by Fellow Sheep for saying it, but credit to where it's credit due, mate. Shout out to Lisa. Big Derby fan, just like me. So she follows Derby everywhere. I'm not going to say bad luck to Derby because I want Derby to fail. So, but Lisa, I know you
Careful,
follow
Ben.
No, Dave, I can't come on here and say I want Derby to do well. That would just me be a hypocrite. So
they're helping you out at the moment because they've lost the first two after taking the lead in both of them.
So shout out to Lisa. She's a fantastic woman, man, but she just supports a crap team. So, but yeah, shout out to Lisa, and I hope you're well, and I hope your family's well as well. I want to ask you this, Pat, because I don't think I've asked you for quite a while.
Ooh.
Because Mr. Marinakis.
You're going to buy me half a lager first, Ben.
Oh, God. I've not asked you. I think I've asked Dave Marinakis because he wants to do we all know he wants to do Forest well, man, and he's bringing we all can moan about players not buying this, not buying that, but he's proved everyone wrong now. Like after we got Europa, we're getting good players. We're linked with Douglas Luiz. Marinakis is just like next level. But we was chanting about his new chant about him hating Palace and Spurs. I think
brilliant. I thought that was great.
It's brilliant.
It's about time that Mr. Marinakis, has a song sung about him.
I think next week's going to be bonkers. Palace away.
It's funny. I seen a video the other day and something about these Palace ultras. Is he going to grace the Palace ultras or something? And then someone's put, well, here's a video of him with Olympiacos versus Panathinaikos. And he moved across the pitch, and people are throwing missiles and all sorts. And he's just with his it looks like he got a black leather coat on. It's like Tony Soprano. Just like, yeah, don't care.
What's your thoughts on him? What's your thoughts on him? So, Ms. Marinakis, do you think?
I have many thoughts on him. He's done incredible things for this club, and without him, we would be probably still sat with 1 point at the bottom of the Championship, or we would probably be in League One by now if it wasn't for him.
True.
He said at the
Market Square.
That's it. I want trophies. I want success. I want. Did he say I want European football? Was that in that speech as well?
Well, he said he wants trophies and he wants the next level, basically. So yeah.
Well, but the thing is, though, he's put his money where his mouth is. And he's rattling so many cages as well, which is just great. It's so good. Like I said, we were bottom of the Championship with 1 point, and now we're hated by how many clubs in the Premier League? I mean, despised. And it's like, okay, you're banning that fella from Bury who commentates on Sky Sports. Keep him away from the ground.
Him.
Yeah.
Him.
He's done. Like I said, he's put his money where his mouth is. He's since he's come over, really, since we come back in the league, that just the progression that we've taken has been incredible. Look where we are. Look where we are. We're in dreamland.
You know what, Dave? And that's why I want to ask you both of you. Like, it's crazy, isn't it? Because this season is going to be one of the best seasons I've ever had. Like, we won the first game. We're thinking about Europe.
It's a good start. There's a long way to go.
A long way to go. But I'm telling you, Dave, look what's happened. Like, we're in Europe. Europa football.
Yeah, you're right. And Pat's right, Ben. I keep going back to some of the low points, and I'm old enough to have kind of gone on that roller coaster from You know, when I was a kid and a teenager, and it was Brian and Pete and that great team, and then the second great team, you know, the choir boys at the end of the 80s and early 90s. You know, I'm looking then, you know, so much since 1999. It's just been like embarrassing, or it's like, you know, you can't put your head above the parapet and say I'm a Nottingham Forest fan without people saying, didn't you used to be good, and all this kind of stuff. So
who were they?
He's taken us. I mean, my start point, Ben, because for me it was the lowest in certainly in the last, you know, decade probably. Okay, we stayed up on the last day of the season by beating Ipswich. It should never have got to that point, but it got to that point. And we were magnificent on the day, so that wasn't a low point. It was a low point getting to that, having to need to rescue us on the last day, and being lucky that, you know, what Blackburn did that day didn't matter in the end. But for me, the lowest point I've had in the City ground, a night of utter despair and disappointment, was that night when the last night of Houghton's reign. Middlesbrough. We'd lost to Cardiff on the Sunday, and Aidan Flint had stood in front of the Trent end mocking us, and we couldn't say anything back because Cardiff had just act like they always seem to do with him and Morrison and Kiefer Moore. Like, they bullied us out of it, right? And then I went on the Wednesday night. We played Middlesbrough at home. We were appalling. We lost 2-0. I remember the second goal, Luke Mb so passed the ball back to Ethan Horvath. He miscontrolled it. Onel Hernandez ran it into an empty net. Middlesbrough celebrated. Forest then showed absolutely nothing in trying to get back into the game. Houghton stood there and summed himself up as an essentially decent human being, but an incredibly dull, poor communicator. And at the end of that game, I was like utterly furious, which is not something I do very often because I'm always looking for forgiveness and redemption. Warnock walked across our pitch that night like he owned it, like he'd kind of kicked us out of our own house, right? And I kind of thought, 1 point from the first possible 24. We'd taken one at Derby when Brennan scored, right? And it was dull football. He was like, late in games, you know, putting defenders on when we needed to attack, right? And if you'd said to me that night, coming out of City ground, and we lost 2-0, and I've got a Middlesbrough fan, a mate from the South Coast, Steve Smith, stopping with me. And he was a gentleman because he didn't lay it on it. I was wounded, right? And I remember walking out, and if somebody said to me, within 4 or 5 years, you'd be in the Europa League, I'd have said, do me a favour, you're on mushrooms or something. And here we are. And it's this idea of how far we've come in so little, you know, so short a space of time. He stood on the balcony and he made promises. And like Pat says, he's kind of kept them. The lads deserve a lot of credit. Steve deserves a lot of credit. Nuno deserves immense credit. You know, they're a sequence. Steve set it up. Nuno's carried it on. Fair play to both of them, right? So to be where we are, it's just mind-numbing. You have to kind of stop yourself and think for a minute. The feeling I've got today is like, blimey, where could this go? Because I saw today a team that isn't at all, in its coach's eyes, ready. It's just whooped a team that's been a nuisance to us down the years and recently. Brentford beat us 2-0 at the end of last season when we were like just beginning that little downturn at the end of the season. So Brentford have been a nuisance to us, you know, one of those well-run, non-traditional clubs that we seem to have a problem beating. Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, those teams, you know what I mean? All brilliantly run clubs. Let's get that there. So today, the excitement is like, how far can this team go? And I was just sitting there saying to people around me, add Hutchinson, add McAtee, add Kelly Mwendo, add Douglas Luiz if he comes, add whoever. And you kind of think, it's kind of, we've been written off. Lots of saying it won't happen again. It was a spike and it won't happen again. Maybe that's the motivation. Maybe Nuno stuck that up on the wall and said, that's what we think, lads.
I think you know what it is? I think today's game, I think because of what happened last season, end of last season, I think today's game, we needed that game today just to give us that little confidence to go up. We all know the Premier League's going to be tough. There's going to be some games and periods that we are going to lose. But today, I think today is a point that we can get a result and maybe do something better than last season. What about you?
Sorry, I'll jump in. First opening day win since whenever, long time.
8 years.
8 years, Pat. There you are.
Bloody hell, that's mad.
It's quite timely you ask about Marinakis because I'm going to give a member of the Northwest supporters group a little plug. So I'm sure some of you have seen this.
Yeah.
What is it?
Miss rolling in
Oh,
fancy.
miss running from the Trent.
Yeah.
Put it up. I can't see it. Put it up.
Miss rolling in.
Miss running from it. Oh, put it up. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Shout out to Miss Rolling in.
So one of our wonderful members of the Northwest supporters group, she's got an article in there, Chloe Torville, and it's called The Real Greek.
Oh, the real Greek. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I've actually not read it yet. I do apologize, Chloe. She kindly got this today, so I will be reading it. Just giving you a quick plug, my darling.
People, if you
check
go
it out.
and read it, go and find one.
A few articles for them as well.
So, right. So, like I said, 3-1 today. Any more thoughts about today's game? Do you want to talk about? Because I want to.
Can I just say about Nico Williams? Because everybody, I thought Nico Williams' performance was fascinating. My eye was drawn to him. He was nominally a left back. There wasn't a lot of left backing going on. He played like an old-fashioned inside forward to me. He seemed to be playing in the channel and playing balls out to Cal most of the time, and he kept popping up. And I thought he was great. Ola in confined spaces. Man's like an eel. Selzy, called upon once, low to his right, good save. That's what you want from your keeper. Unnoticed, makes a good save.
Don't mean to be controversial. Morgan Gibbs-White got man of the match. I thought he was majestic today.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I felt it should have gone to either Ibrahim Sangare or Elliot Anderson, who I thought was absolutely tremendous today. Anderson was just wow.
The ball for Woody when Brentford's like movement out of their own back line broke down, and he hit it first time to Woody. It was that to me said the best under 21 midfielder in the whole of Europe. We all know Harvey Elliott won the player of that tournament, but I thought Elliott should have won it.
Question, right? And if we can ask her it, with getting McAtee and Hutchinson, where are you going to put? Where do you think McAtee will play? Because he can play number 8 or number 10. Anton, you just mentioned, he's one of the best youngsters in Europe. Morgan White is one of the best players for Forest.
Has he not played McAtee on the right before? At sitter.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe keep swapping in the Dore, come on in the Dore. It's a good problem, though. It's a good
problem to have. You're right. It really is a nice problem to have.
Because we don't have to worry about, and there's no disrespect to the players we had, like Danilo. He was fantastic for Forest, but wasn't getting much goals. Souza, a bit weak. But we're getting better players who knows the league.
I was a fan of Ramon Sosa, and I just thought I don't think he was given as many opportunities as Jota.
Agreed.
For example, and I thought in that sense, I thought that was, let's call it unfair. I'm not the manager, but I thought he should have been given more opportunities. You would think, he's going to bring Sosa on, and he would bring Jota on instead. I get it. He's a nuisance, and Jota can wind people up, but I just felt that I would have liked to see him to get more time.
Pat, would you keep Jota Silva?
Would you keep here's an interesting point. And we were talking about this with my nephew Connor. Hello, Con. Hope you're watching.
Hello, Connor.
On the motorway on the way back today, and his mate Luke Salford.
Great bloke. Top lad, Luke.
And we were talking about it, that about making the subs, and you think, okay, look at the players that we brought in. Look at Hutchinson, McAtee, potentially Callum Owendo, and dare I say Rico Lewis, if that's going to happen. We don't know.
Yeah.
And then you think, okay, well, let's say the first 3, you bring those on. For me, it doesn't stay at 3. I think we get another couple of goals with those 3 on the pitch today.
It's a point. It's a point that
it's a so much stronger bench with those on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great point. That I think, if my managers don't do it, I'm a bit don't change a winning team mentality. The 11 who started today did enough to earn the right to keep the shirt, I think. But that won't stay we know football goes in twists and turns in different directions. So they adding those three, it's just gonna. I'm glad I'm not the one having to pick the team.
But Dave, it's good though, Dave. It's good.
It's great, Ben. It's great, Ben, because we're going to be playing. The other 19 are all, they're excellent football teams, right? Some are better than others, some are bigger than others, all that. But every game will present a different challenge. And Nuno has shown himself flexible enough to either set up to deal with his perception of the opposition, or if his perception isn't quite right, as they say in American football, you make adjustments. And I think Nuno is more often than not, he's not got it right every time. That's human. But more often than not, he's shown himself to be canny, and adept at making those changes in game, if you like. And I think his issue, and I think where he's saying we're not ready yet, and I'm still worried, is depth numbers, depth quality, but a variety of options. He wants more, different cabs off the rank, if you like. And I think that's where he's getting to. As Pat says, those three if those three had been on our bench today, especially Amari and Timmy McAtee, right? They would have come on and they'd be like, I want to show the City ground what I can do.
Yep.
I want, James McAtee thinking, I want Danny and Doy's shirt, or I want Elliot's shirt, or I want Morgan's shirt, And these lads should have this ambition to say, I don't care how big you are in Forest history, I'm going to take your shirt off you.
Yeah. That's what we want, don't we, Dave? That's what we want.
Yeah, the best of all, one of the best ever was Withy went, and Gary Birtles said, I want that shirt. And Gary Birtles went on to be a Forest great. And if we get Amari Hutchins thinking, I want Callum's shirt, or I want Danny and Doy's shirt, and I want to keep Jota Silva away from it, then that's great. So I think, as Pat says, if those three had come on today, they'd have had such a buzz. They'd have wanted to get straight into the game. I thought at one point we
really would have put the stuff. Sorry to interrupt, Dave. I think we really would have stuck the knife in today. And
we nearly did.
Could have been, if we did, I thought we took our foot off the gas in the second half. I thought that could have been. You could have been heading towards a Brighton score.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I agree, Pat. And I thought we were a bit unlucky because it nearly did happen. Because how he managed to sort of get himself up in the air into the box and sort of direct it just over the bar.
Yeah.
He was right in front of me. I was 8 rows from the front, and I still can't work out how he did it. I'm gonna have to watch it again on Match of the Day, right? So I think if it goes 4-0, then they would collapse, and especially with the new manager, take them. How can anybody step into Thomas Frank's shoes at Brentford? Because he's their Brian Clough, Thomas Frank. So Keith Andrews, good guy that he is, intelligent guy that he is, he's climbing a mountain there. And I was looking at them thinking, they're a shadow of what they were. I thought, they didn't have much up front. So that's the only proviso, is that the opposition will get tougher from this point on. But you can only beat what's in front of you. And I thought, I was irritated. I wanted the clean sheet. It would have pushed us further up the league.
It's interesting you say that, Dave, because I was listening to BBC Radio Nottingham on the way home, and Nuno, Colin Fray was talking to Nuno, and he was saying that the main objective today was clean sheet.
Yeah.
So he said we're going to have to now take that into Palace away.
Yeah.
An objective is a clean sheet, and you could hear it when he was talking about it. He just wasn't happy at all about conceding that goal.
No. That's what you want.
Let's talk about everyone's man of the match. People in the chat, who was your man of the match today? I'm going to ask Dave and Pat as well. So people in the chat, who's your man of the match, and what's your team rating? We'll start with you, Pat. Who's your man of the match for today?
As I touched on before, I think it has to go as majestic as Gibbs White was today. He was sublime. For me, it's Elliot Anderson or Sangare today. It's one of those. I can't pick between those two. I thought they were both outstanding.
Question, Pat, before I get Dave, if we do get Douglas Luiz in,
no, don't.
I can't handle that. I can't compute, Ben.
No, but I'm just saying, if we do,
you're just throwing a bloody grenade in the room.
people in the chat. If we do Luiz, who are you taking out? It's a good problem, though. It's a good problem, Pat. Who are you taking out?
He's 6 as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, you can play at 8. You can play at 8 as well.
Well, you take out Ibrahim after today. You've got how good were Ibrahim and Elliot today?
It was very good. First half, especially first half, was very good.
Yeah. Who are you taking out of those two?
I don't. That's what I'm asking you. This is what I'm asking you, Pat. This is what I'm asking you.
I couldn't pick. I wouldn't know. That's why Nuno gets ridiculous money to make that decision.
Yeah.
I'm asking Dave. What about you, Dave?
What, the man of the match?
No.
The man of the match. Right. Let me just go back to the original question. The man of the match for me is split, and it's Elliot Anderson, and I'm a sentimentalist because I think the guys had such a tough time with injuries. I thought Ibra was terrific today. I'm rooting for Ibra the whole time because he's malaria and injuries and then AFCON and all this. And he's never really got a start. He's had a lot of stick. And when a guy gets a lot of stick, I want that guy to kind of flip the middle digit at people who've been giving him stick.
I'll put my hands up, David. I'll put my hands up for Sangare because it's for me.
And I tell you what, maybe it's a conceit. Maybe it's a conceit because I've played a lot of football and I've been around a lot of really good football people. I often go for the less spectacular guy to get it. Elliot did fantastic. Elliot was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But sometimes, I'm the sort of person that would always give a man of the match award to a defender or somebody like that. And I thought it was Ibra today. Where does Douglas Luiz fit in? Nuno, over to you. Because I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, God, my days.
I'm not qualified enough.
Why are you dodging the question, man?
The question is an absolute SHIT of a question, Ben, that we're not going to answer right here now.
Right. So, Mr. Host.
Make him sound like a parasite.
You want me to answer it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Ben. Answer your own question.
Drum roll.
I'm gonna be like you lot. My man match was Sangare.
Yeah, but what about the Douglas Luiz question, brother?
I don't. It's a tough one because you've got to look at it right. He's a good player, and Sangare had a great game today. It's just one game, don't forget. And I want him to carry on against Crystal Palace. And I don't want to be negative and say, "Oh, I want Sangare to play crap against Palace so Douglas Luiz can come in." I'm not going to do that. I want him to carry on. So it is a tough question. It is very hard.
Sorry, you want Ibra to be fit.
Sorry, Dave. Yeah. Lord Spree, I do apologise. We are going to need that spot filling while he's at AFCON. Yeah. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As this one, hello, DoreOntour. I am a big Forest fan in India. Anderson played a beautiful football. Yeah, he did. That's what we've been saying. He did play a great game today as well. People in the chat, again, if you don't answer, if these two's not answered it, I'm not going to answer it. So, if you are rewatching this, who would you play? If Douglas Luiz did come in, who would you take out of Anderson and Sangare? So, but I'm not going to. It's tough. It's like saying with Rico Lewis, who would you take out of Eno?
I think the good thing about Rico Lewis is he's incredibly diverse, and you can play him in a number of positions.
Yes,
he's not so isolated in that sense.
Problem is, he had a really good game for City yesterday. So
did he get 1 or 2 assists, Dave, yesterday?
Yeah, he set the first goal up for Haaland. He looked to me like well in their system, and I'd be very surprised if he came to us him.
I personally think he's using Forest to get a bigger contract, Man City. That's how I'm feeling about it, if I'm honest.
Or here's something interesting. What if? Now this is quite conspiracy-esque. McAtee's gone to Forest. Rico Lewis potentially, let's say he does. Let's say Forest are getting a little bit cozy and comfy with City like they did with Anderson, Kadimos. Ilanga's ended up there. Do you think this could then pave the way to Gibbs White going there at the end of the season?
Maybe. There's
a grenade for you, Benjamin.
What, you mean, I'm the host. Why am I listening to your question? This is wait. I'm gonna put Pat there.
Have a think about that for a minute.
Put Pat there. Pat's the host.
Hang on. I need some coat hangers.
Oh, days.
I can't get it. I've got a shit arm.
I'm going to get some coat hangers and start hanging some shirts up at the back.
Last question, lad, before we do go. people do the vlog's out straight after this podcast, so if you can watch it, please. It'd be nice if you can. Palace away next week. We all know it's going to be fun,
Spicy.
feisty. Anyone you can ask the question. It's not going to be another. Who would you take out? Dave, you go first. Are you looking forward to next week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's going to be 2 or 3 hours before the match where, Forest people will be in their office sorting out their filing, their emails, their IT systems, their administration, because they're so poor at it. So a specialist team of Nottingham Forest intellectuals will be going to Crystal Palace to show them how to use Microsoft Outlook, Word, all of these kind of things. They're clearly not very good at it.
I don't want no beef from Richie. I don't want to beef from Richie.
Those boys on Eagle Eye Football, they're great. There are other Palace fans who we know. But, interesting, one of these other Palace fans said that Forest snitched. So if we snitched, does that mean he's admitting guilt and he would have got away with it if somebody hadn't mentioned it?
Exactly.
Right. So the way I look at this game next week, right, is it's just another football.
To snitch on.
Exactly, Patrick. Exactly right. So I was kind of interested by that, which was, to me, an admission of guilt by somebody not very good in, somebody inarticulate, really, who didn't really know what he was saying and doesn't know much about what comes out of his mouth. The Eagle Eye Football boys on the Palace, sound lads, very fair, always give a fair hearing to everybody. The game itself, I think, I'm so glad that our coach is one of the calmest men. He won't bother about all that business. He'll be thinking, I want this team to be more prepared than it has been and for us to have a greater range of options and solutions. That's Nuno's thing, and that's Nuno's current obsession. As regards the game, there's a lot of talk since I got home. I've been reading, obviously, Eberechi Eze had a goal disallowed at Palace today, and they said that the story was he's been denied his final goal for Palace. So whether he plays or not, I don't know. My view is it's an incredibly tough fixture. Palace have been in this division now a long time, and it seems like you cut a head off from Palace, be it Wilf, be it Michael Elise, maybe it's going to be Ebb, maybe it's going to be Mark Gurhey, and Palace grow another head. I think it's going to be a really difficult game. If we come out of... Oh, bless you.
Sorry,
Give my love to the king of league.
You're going to go, Pat?
What?
What'd you say?
I'm saying thanks to Cal. Sorry, David.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Cal.
Very rude.
Cal, yes.
I think the game next week, Nuno will see it and the lads will see it. It's just another game of football. We've got an opposition in front of us. The fans and all that business, I don't know. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I look at it, and if it had been us, with this situation, would Steve Parish and Palace want to be in the Europa League at our expense? Absolutely, they would. So don't be a hypocrite. You know what I mean? So I just hope it doesn't. I just want to go and watch a game of football, and then get that one out of the way, and then move on to West Ham, and then move on to Arsenal, Burnley, Sunderland, et al.
100%.
So yeah.
Last but not least, boy, I'm not asked Dave or Pat. I'm asking you, Pat, first. Where do you think Forest will finish?
If the rumoured signings come in, Calma-Wendo, potentially Rico Lewis.
Douglas Luiz.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silence. Yeah. Get up.
You know what? 6, that's great. But I'm looking forward to Dave's answer because... Wait. I think I know what Dave's going to... Wait. I know what Dave's going to say. Just make sure we stay clear from the bottom 3. Is that what Dave...
Before these signings came in, I would have been mid-table. I'd be like, get a good run in Europe, mid-table, finish 10th. I think that'll be really, really, really good. But the signings that have come in are incredibly positive. Young, really talented players with tons of potential, lots of goals in them. I'm looking at 6.
Dave, make it quick, Dave, before we go.
Well, I've said 12th to anybody that's asked me, and I thought it's because the workload has been increased by 25%.
Yeah,
we're fighting on 4 fronts instead of 3 this time, so I thought that would be incredibly difficult. Pat's been drumming into me, and he's absolutely spot on. Let's wait till the end of the transfer window.
Yeah.
Today, though, they gave a glimpse to me of a reason to be more ambitious, maybe, a little bit more positive. The way they played, a different way of playing. They took a team to the cleaners, certainly first started. I agree with Pat. They weren't quite so effective after half time, but they did manage the game really, really well, which is kind of a different, side. They showed two different ways of dealing with a football match, which I thought was great. But looking at given my, abiding thought throughout the match, Ben, blimey, wait till we get the new guys in. I think 7th or 8th, possibly. I mean, I've looked at United today.
Wait. Can someone click what Dave just said? Please, someone just click what Dave just said.
Might have to fall on my arse on that one, Ben.
This.
You know what I mean?
Clipping what Dave.
Fall on my arse,
Dave. Because you know what it is, right? Everything. Before we go, I'm not gonna make it long. Every time I go to an away game with Dave always talks positive about the other team, and Dave will say, "Oh, they're doing well." I'm like, Dave, shut up.
So he can knock them down, Ben. But today actually is one of the days where I kind of like, if somebody asked me throughout this week now, leading up to the Palace game about Forest, I'm going to say it was really good. I think to me the most amusing thing is there was so much, hot air spouted in pre-season. This is terrible. That's awful. We haven't scored. He's a snake. He's a Judas, and all that kind of stuff.
We were getting relegated, and like I said at the top of the show, people were saying, Nuno needs to go. And you're like,
that day when it looked like it was right. Tell you what, that day, fam, when he was going to Tottenham, blood, not me, fam, blood. And when he was going there, fam, blood, fam, right. People were, hey, what's he going there? He's a grown man, blood. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, fam, right? When he was going to,
Dave's been watching Top Boy too much. That's what he is, Dave.
Yeah, I love Top Boy, mate. Yeah, I love Top. But the thing is, right? There was the BBC put a selection of quotes from Forest fans up, and there was one bloke saying, "If Morgan Gibbs-White leaves, I'm never supporting Forest again." I went, "Well, go to Derby then, or go to Sheffield United, or go to Leicester."
Oh, Dave, don't fall into that bracket. Oh, go down to 52 and support the other. Come on, David, you're better than that. David.
I am, because I looked at it and I thought I am better than that. And then there was one bloke who wrote on there. I mean, really, I looked at it and I thought, goodness me, if you gave these people a book, they'd eat it rather than read it. One bloke saying, "Relegators now throws out Europe." I'm thinking, we haven't played a match yet. And then an hour later, Morgan Gibbs-White signs new 3-year deal, and everybody's going, "Yeah, that's it. I think we'll win the Champions League within 3 years."
I must say though, sorry, Dave, since this whole Palace Europe Gibbs-White saga with that other team from North London, I've insufferable. That I'm not going to go too much about them, but I thought other fan bases up north were bad.
Yeah,
but these lot, different level, absolutely different levels of delusion.
Yeah, hysterical.
And the funny thing is, they want us to see us go down so badly.
I know.
Yeah.
Even what's his name? Spurs fan Expressions. Expressions.
That's right, blood. That's right, fag.
Expressions. I'm coming for you. I am coming for you, Expressions. Don't ever disrespect my club ever again like that. But right, boys, we need to get going. We've gone past the
Can I just make a final? How long have I got, Ben?
No. What do you want? Just go on.
I just wanted to make it's on a little bit of a. I don't want to end it on a sour note. It passed by my ears today. That there's a little bit of an issue in the club shop, so I'm told. There's a bit of a backlog with badges and stuff that's going on shirts, and apparently there's been some fans in the Forest shop giving abuse to some of the staff, which I think is outrageous, and I think it's very uncalled for.
Really?
So if there is anybody watching that's going in and giving any of the staff abuse, please stop, because it's incredibly out of order. Yes, being incredibly vocally aggressive. So don't do it. It's not a good look.
It's not a good look. Why?
I tell you, they work long hours in there. They're on their feet for what, 12, 14 hours, and people are going in and start giving them abuse. It's not good.
Not good, man. People,
No.
like I said, just people who work
I just thought I'd chuck that in there.
No, it's good. No. Hold on,
else.
Pipe. If you are in there, just go in for his shop, do what you want to do, but don't abuse the staff.
It costs nothing to be nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the same goes as well to our fantastic stewards and the lads and lasses who man our refreshments stalls and that. They don't deserve any grief either because they do a fantastic job.
Well done for spotting that, Dave. I mean, and Pat as well. Be kind. That's all you got to be. Be kind and listen. If people got jobs, there's no need for it. Yeah. So, well done, Pat, for saying that as well. Sorry. Right, people, Pat and David, it's been an absolutely pleasure for taking your time for coming on my show. Again, I think we'll get these two back on again together.
Can I just ask? Are you two going to watch Match of the Day? Because I know I can't wait for it.
What time's it on? 10:30. Is it 10:30?
In about 10 to 15 minutes.
You know what? I've not even set it to record. No, hopefully. What time does it start?
10:30.
I think it's 10:30, Pat, something like that, or 10:20. Last night was 10:20.
I'm definitely watching it.
Oh yeah, we'll be laughing. It'll be fun.
I'll definitely be watching it. But yeah, Pat and David, it's been actually a pleasure. Again, thank you very much for taking your time.
Thank you for having me, young man.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben. Look every minute. Look at this. A thorn between two roses here. Look at this.
You know, it is. Pat's got me and Pat have a little joke about Billy in the Capital. People in the comments, have you ever been in the Capital One corner? Because Pat's got something to do with. He's famous in the Capital One corner. So
I used to love it in the Capital One corner duck car.
No, you know what? I want to say something.
Right, Billy.
Right, let me say something, but I'm not going to say long because what it is, I was going to a away game. Pat phoned. Did you phone me, Pat, or left me an answer message about this is Billy in the Capital One corner? I was like,
you're going back a while now, man.
I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I'm like, you know what? I'm like, what? And I just thought, it's Pat because people watch Coronation Street.
Ben, he had me one night, and he had me going for about an hour and a half, putting on this Cockney accent and saying, Dave, don't you remember 1975? Me and you, we saw Pink Floyd at the Earl's Court, didn't we? And I'm going, who's this guy? And it was this Mancunian master of mimicry, you know what I mean? And I was going, and in the end he went, Dave, it's me, Pat. And I went, you?
No, that's fine.
I
don't know. It was a long time. I was like, who's this guy? I'm like, who is it?
I didn't know who he was.
I'm like, it's Pat. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
You know what? I've just got an idea. Here's something. I'm not going to mention no names. I'm going to send one or two to you who we're going to get, and we'll do it. And should we put it on the show?
Yeah,
there you go. And we'll use it. I won't say who it is now. There's one or two names that I'm thinking of, but we'll get them.
Frank Lally.
Right, people, it's been a great show. Like I said, thank you to Pat, thank you for Dave, thank you for everyone. It's been
thank you to Forest for winning so well.
Thank you, Forest, for winning as well. It's been
Wait, hang on. Sorry, lads. Before we go, how many was it? How many games didn't we win for towards the end of the season?
We won 2 out of the last 8.
Yeah,
2 out of the last 8.
And then if you add, we didn't win any of the 7 in pre-season, so. Two wins in 15 before today.
Everyone had a meltdown.
But like I said before, they turned up when it mattered today.
Yeah,
I think they can use this game to get the confidence because, like I said, last 6 games of last season, it wasn't great. But listen, it's a confidence
boost.
Nothing like winning, lads. Right, people, thank you again for taking the time for watch this.
Love you, Billa.
Love you, Lala.
If you are rewatching this. If you disagree that anything that I said, please get in the comment section now.
Disagree with everything that he said, please.
that was his disclaimer, Pat. He had to get that in before.
As well, people. We had a little debate. Who would you want Douglas Reece to replace Sangare Anderson? Please get in the comment section now. I'd love to know because these two have not answered it.
Have you done a poll, Ben?
I'll do a poll next time.
It's up to them. It's up to him to win it off Ibra, and it's up to Ibra to think, no, he's not having my number 6 year. That's what it's about. let's let Ibrahim Sangare answer that.
Yeah, exactly. Right, people. Great goes. Forest win. We're in 5th place. Next week we go to Palace. Dave's my security guard. I'm going in for the jerk chicken. I'm going in for the jerk chicken.
Good luck down there, guys, because them lot down there, they'll and
Pat,
they're
Pat,
feeling a bit spicy at the minute.
Pat, have you had the jerk chicken in South London before?
No, I've had plenty of jerk chicken, but and
South London,
but not in
go
South
South.
London.
Pat, go South London. It's amazing. I'm going to this one. There's about 3 or 4 shops around there. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I don't think something tells me I'm not going to be going there for a few weeks anyway, not for a while. So, but you have one and you enjoy it on me, young Benjamin.
I'll get one. I'll take a picture straight towards you. That's what I'll do.
And what about the food?
Right, I'm getting going. Peace and love, people, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love up the forest.